loud.
All right. Concerned citizen, the mayor, an outspoken critic of the proposed restoration of City Hall, is right when he notes that the building is outdated, but that the restoration would be expensive at a time when the budget is already tight. We cannot afford such a luxury item in this time of financial restraint, he says. However, I respectfully disagree. The building provides the last remaining link to the days of the city's founding, and preserving a sense of municipal history is crucial to maintaining respect for our city government and its authority. So to the question, can we really afford to? I can only respond, can we afford not to?
All right. So what is our conclusion here?
That the mayor's idea that they can't restore the building is like not a good one.
Yeah, so just like I respectfully disagree, right? And that's referring to this idea that the fact that we can't afford this luxury item, or like, yes. And so what is his reasoning for respectfully disagreeing?
um the building is important to the municipal history.
Yes. And so is that just so is that good reasoning for like I disagree, like we cannot afford such a luxury item at this time?
Um, no, it's not valid.
Why isn't it though?
Um, I don't know. I just feel like it's not.
No, okay. So, like, one, I'm thinking about this. Like, I'm thinking about, like, I don't know this is the direction the question's going to go, but I'm thinking about, like, health insurance. Like, you can't really afford not to have health insurance, but a lot of people truly do not have the means to buy health insurance, right? Would you feel like that's a fair, like, an equivalent example? Like,
Yeah.
and so I'm thinking, like, can we really afford to? Can we afford not to? I'm like, oh, well, what if you literally don't have the means?
Mm-hmm.
Um, And what is his reasoning for why we should maintain something? Like, what
Um,
about the value?
crucial for maintaining respect for our city government and its authority.
Does that matter? He thinks so, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and start with these. So what is A? What do you think about A?
So that's the one I initially chose because it felt like an emotional appeal to me.
Okay, so what this is a good example of like even like what does it look like when it is an emotional appeal? What does an emotional appeal look like? Like where did you think the emotional appeal here was? And that's why
Uh,
I asked you the leading question. I asked you a leading question for this answer.
I thought it was like the building provides the last remaining link to the city's founding. Like that
Okay.
part.
Yeah, so that is emotional,
Mm-hmm.
but this is a top-down question
Mm-hmm.
and solely is so strong, right? Like the only so is that the only support that we give for disagreeing?
No, because there's also the respect part.
Yeah, so it's not just a it's not the only thing that we use for our argument. So that's where this one goes wrong.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. It's not mild enough.
It's not yes, it's not mild enough. It's not accurate enough. Excellent. All right, so what about B?
The argument ambiguously uses the word afford. Um,
So this is equivocation. So do we misuse the word afford?
no, I don't think so. Or is it because there's like literally afford, or should we spend the money to kind of afford?
That's what I honestly on this one, because of how he responds, I would have left this one open, I think.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking like, can we afford not to? Like I feel like the mayor is talking about like financially. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like he's affording it as like not necessarily like the means, but like I don't even know how to
I
describe
no,
it.
I get what you're saying. Like,
Like the healthcare thing. Like,
yeah,
no, you can't afford not to have it, but you literally don't have the means to pay
yeah,
for it.
yeah.
All right,
I
so I would probably leave B and go on to C.
okay. The argument inappropriately appeals to the authority of the mayor. I don't see a place where they even talk about the mayor's authority. It's more like the mayor's opinion.
Yeah, we definitely, yeah. And the concerned citizen doesn't himself do that either, right?
Mhm.
Excellent. Right, what about D?
The argument incorrectly presumes that the restoration would be expensive. Um, I just don't think
The
that's like,
argument incorrectly assumes that, yeah, like, no, we don't, like, it probably is expensive.
yeah, and regardless of how much it costs, it's the fact that they said they don't have the means for it, regardless of
Yeah.
like if it's expensive or not. Um, and then the argument inappropriate relies on the emotional connotations of words such as outdated and luxury. Um, I feel like I don't know, I don't think it's inappropriate.
Yeah, like outdated and luxury, like emotional relies on the emotional connotations of words, relies on the emotional connotations of words such as, no, I think that those are probably valid. Like,
And he's just restating what the mayor said, so it wasn't even the person making the argument who chose.
excellent.
Okay, yeah.
And so this one I feel like is like amazing, like a little bit uncomfortable, but I think we can get there by process of elimination when we think about what's most likely. And I feel like the afford here is definitely more. This is where I feel like we're referring to more like of a emotional sense. Maybe that's a better way of describing it, like emotional or like affording like what you think is value, like maybe what you think, maybe what you value.
Hmm.
Where the mayor is definitely just talking about like economical
Yeah. Okay, yes.
for B. That's a tricky. That's a. That, I'm gonna